evening. Here is the world news from BGI TV, Baba Bagede Imo TV. I am yours faithfully, Mori Rebi Lawal. First are the major headlines for the world news. Chinese must come to rescue 62 kidnapped Abuja-Kaduna train passengers, says Senator. ASU strike. Protests heat up in Ife as OAU students boo police. NYSC to prosecute institutions involved in mobilizing unqualified graduates, and to foreign story. Finland seeks NATO membership without delay. And sports, why FIFA ordered NFF to pay Loire 157 million naira. The news in detail. The Chinese government makes money from the many rail projects that are being handled by the Chinese Civil Engineering Construction Company, CCECC, here in Nigeria, so ask them to help us in, not out of place. The Chairman Senate Committee on Land Transport, Senator Abdul Fattah Buhari, on Wednesday said, inasmuch as the Chinese government makes money from many rail projects that are being handled by the China Civil Engineering Construction Company, CCECC, in Nigeria, asking it to help to rescue 62 passengers abducted from the Abuja-Kaduna passengers train is not out of place. Buhari appealed to the Chinese government to wade into the challenges as a result of abduction on the 28th March 2022 by suspected terrorists. Addressing journalists after an oversight visit to the Obafemi Awolowo train station in Ibadan, Buhari said it's embarrassing that 47 days after some passengers were kidnapped from the Abuja-Kaduna passenger train, they are yet to be rescued. Buhari today makes it exactly 47 days that some Nigerians were abducted from the Abuja-Kaduna passenger train, yet nothing has been done to rescue them. On ASU, men of the Nigeria police force had militarized the venue of the protesting students of Obafemi Awolowo University in Ile-Ife, Osun State. The protest, which began with barely 100 students on Thursday morning, had since grown into a mass movement on the Ife-Ibadan Expressway. The Punch confirmed and could not say the presence of policemen who were being bullied by the agitated students. The National Youth Service Corps, NYSC, has expressed determination to prosecute institutions of higher learning involving the mobilization of unqualified graduates for national service. The Director General of the NYSC, Major General Shoaibu Ibrahim, gave the indication during a meeting between the scheme and registrars of corps producing institutions in Abuja. Major General Ibrahim said the NYSC had continued to complain of the quality of persons sometimes sent for mobilization by corps producing institutions and stressed that the scheme is threatening to ensure the prosecution of any institution found culpable. He pointed out that gaps had been identified which warranted the meeting with registrars. The Registrar of Joint Admission and Matriculation Board, JAM, Professor Ishaq Oloyide, alleged that about 1 million persons were admitted illegally from 2017 to 2021, mostly from state and private institutions. Professor Oloyide advised NYSC to always mobilize corps members from JAM, introduce Central Admission Processing System, CAPS. The National Youth Service Corps, I beg your pardon, a yet-to-be-identified adult male was on Wednesday night crushed to death by a 40-foot container that fell from an articulated vehicle at the Costain roundabout area of Lagos State. It was gathered that the truck had suffered brake failure while en route to the Costain roundabout, and as a result, the container load fell off the back of the truck, conveying it and crushed 2 victims. While confirming the incident in a statement on Thursday, the Lagos State Emergency Management Agency said while the female victim died on the spot, the other female victim was rescued alive. LASEMA Permanent Secretary Dr. Olufemi Oke of Sonyintolu said the adult female rescued alive sustained severe injuries that included a broken left leg. According to him, the deceased adult male body has been badged and handed over to the State Environmental Health Monitoring Unit for further action. Unfortunately, the container fell on an adult male and female. The adult male was totally crushed and immediately lost his life as a result of the trauma, while the adult female was extricated alive by an LRT through the development and deployment of the agency's heavy truck forklifts, the Goliaths. Thereafter, the agency's paramedics administered pre-hospital care before quickly conveying her to a nearby hospital. To Ogun State, men of the Ogun State Police Command have arrested a suspected cultist and armed robber, Christian Peter. The suspect, who was arrested on Tuesday, was reported to be on the wanted list of the command. The State Police Public Relations Officer, DSP Abimbola Oyeyemi, in a statement on Wednesday said the suspect was arrested by the Mowe Divisional Police Officer, CSP, Folashade Tanirunu, while she was on a routine patrol of the Mowe of Father Road with the Divisional Anti-Robbery Team. The PPRO said the DPO and her team sighted the suspect on the premises of a hotel at the Olororo area of Mowe with a waste bag. He said, on sighting the policeman, the suspect made an attempt to escape but was quickly obstructed and apprehended. The waste bag in his possession was searched immediately, and a locally made double-barreled pistol loaded with 4 live cartridges were found on him. From that story, we quickly go to the foreign story, possibly. Finland said on Thursday it would apply to join NATO without delay, with Sweden expected to follow suit as Russia's invasion of Ukraine brings about the very expansion of the Western military alliance that Vladimir Putin aimed to prevent. The decision by the 2 Nordic countries to abandon the neutrality they maintained throughout the Cold War would be one of the biggest shifts in European security in decades. They are the 2 biggest EU countries that had stayed out of NATO, and Finland's 1,300-kilometer, 800-mile border will more than double the frontier between the US-led alliance and Russia, putting NATO guards a few hours' drive from the northern outskirts of St. Petersburg. Finland must apply for NATO membership without delay, President Sauli Niinisto and Prime Minister Sanna Marin said in a joint statement in Helsinki. We hope that the national steps still needed to make this decision will be taken rapidly within the next few days. Another national story, Reverend Father Joseph Akete of the St. John Catholic Church, Kundeda in Chikun local government area of Kaduna State, who was kidnapped 8 weeks ago, has died in captivity. The Chancellor, Catholic Archdiocese of Kaduna, Reverend Father Christian Okewo Emmanuel, disclosed these in Kaduna on Wednesday. The Punch had reported that on March 8th, some gunmen invaded the St. John Catholic Church, Kundeda in Chikun local government area of the state, and abducted the priest, Reverend Father Joseph Akete, killing 1 security guard. According to the Chancellor, the late Catholic priest had died between April 18th and 20th, 2022. He said the cleric was ill before the abduction, noting that the hoodlums never allowed the priest to go along with his drugs as one of the time of the incident. His own brother was killed there in his presence, and after his brother was killed, his condition worsened and he died. Finally, sports. Director of Communication, Nigeria Football Federation, Ademola Olajire, has shed more light on why world body FIFA ordered the Nigerian Football Federation to pay former Super Eagles coach Janet Rohr compensation after the federation parted ways with the Franco-German last December. Olajire revealed these on the WhatsApp platform Family United by Sport. FIFA Monday ordered the NFF to pay the former Eagles coach 157 million naira in compensation after he was shown the exit door just a month before the African Cup of Nations in Cameroon, January. Despite moves by the NFF to pay his salary until the end of his contract, which should have expired in December 2022, Rohr, the Eagles' longest-serving coach, took the case to FIFA, demanding an additional €1 million for breach of contract without just cause, but FIFA insisted about the said amount figure of 157 million naira. That was the news from BGI TV, but before we go, a quick recap of major headline stories. Chinese must come to rescue 62 kidnapped Abuja Kaduna train passengers, says Senator. Concerning the ASU strike, protests hit up in Ife as OAU students boo police. We also brought to you from the foreign scene, Finland seeks NATO membership without delay. And finally, sports. FIFA and why FIFA ordered NFF to pay 157 million naira. For more updates of our broadcast on YouTube channel, the handle is Baba Bagede Imo TV. Kindly subscribe and click on the notification bell to select option all to have access to all of our broadcasts. On Facebook, Bagede Imo with Alawiye Adebayo. Please like and follow the page for you to have access to the broadcast. On Instagram, Bagede Imo _22. For advert placement of your goods and services, coverage of events and function. The phone number streaming on your screen is the direct line to call, strictly for advert placements. Thank you for watching. I am Morire Rebila Lawa. Good evening.
Oh, na na na. If you want to know what's going on in city, or you want to listen to the latest news and gist, no stress, oh, just tune to BGI TV. BGI TV, you're one in a million.